Hey everyone, I'm here at the plot today. I'm about to plant some beans. I have 3 different varieties in here, and those are all climbing beans, so they're going to climb over these trellises behind me here. And I'm also planning to plant some corn after, which are some seeds that I got last year. But this one I'm going to plant all the way back in the area where used to be the compost. I wanted to talk a little bit more about planting beans. So as gardeners, most of us have heard that legumes or things in the bean family usually help fixing nitrogen in the soil. And I have been planting beans for the whole time that I have been gardening the plot here. But I noticed that at the end of the season, when I pulled them up, I never really saw those little nodules on the roots that is usually indicative that that's working. So I did some research and I actually found out that that's probably because I don't have the bacteria that helps the bean fixing the nitrogen in the soil present here at the plot in my soil right now. So I saw that you can inoculate your bean seed to introduce this bacteria to the soil and then now be able to fix the nitrogen to help with the nice green growth. So I got this inoculant here from Joni's Seeds, and this one is a garden combination one, and I'm going to read real quick here the description of what this is. So this is an inoculant that's intended to be applied on the seed. It's a culture of a highly effective strain of rhizobia, which is the nitrogen fixing bacteria, that will colonize the plant roots to gather and fix the free nitrogen from the air, making it available to the plants. So the way to apply this, I'm going to use the dry method. So I'm just going to add a little bit to this container. I had already opened it, so I'm gonna put this one here first, and then you can just throw the seed in here and have the seed get into contact with this peat that is inoculated with the bacteria. So the first variety that I'm going to plant here in this trellis, I want to plant these beautiful scarlet runner beans. Since my peas didn't really work in there to add some beauty, we're gonna try to add these guys. They have a beautiful red orangish flower and they attract hummingbirds, and look how beautiful those seeds are. They are very nice and big. So I'm gonna do 1 row here on this side. I'm gonna add all of the seeds to this little container here with the inoculant. I'm just gonna throw it around. It's a little hard because they're not wet, so hopefully some of the bacteria would be here on the seed. So first I'm just going to poke some holes here in the soil. I have those peas in here, but I'm going to plant these beans in between. Okay, so now that I have the holes in here, I'm just gonna get the seeds, and I'm supposed to not touch this with bare hands, but my gloves are wet, so I'm just gonna do it and then wash my hands after. I think it's gonna be okay. Carefully pick these guys and then add, or maybe I'll add with a little bit of the bacteria in there. I have more to inoculate the other seeds, but I'll do 1 seed each first. Oops, and then if I have leftover, this is a little bit more complicated than I thought with a wet glove, so let's hope for the best. We put a couple in here. And this I'm just gonna put together with this one here. Alright, so that's it. Beans can be planted quite deep, so I'll do maybe that's an inch deep in here. They are not soaked, so they might take a little time to germinate, but here they are all planted. So I'm just gonna water already. Usually I water everything when I finish, but I have the watering can here. Just let's get this done and hopefully get some more rain, and it'll help these guys get a lot more hydrated, so that's good for now. And on this side over here, I'm gonna plant these guys, which are these Chinese red noodle beans. They get really long, they're really delicious, really good to eat, one of my favorites, and I think they will look very cool kind of growing along the fence here. I'm gonna do the red ones in here, and I have another pack of this but in green that I'm gonna plant on the trellis behind it. So I don't have as many seeds for these guys, I only have this much. So now that I'm thinking about it, I might actually mix the red and the green. So I'm gonna throw all of this in here, and I'll get green ones too, and oops, put these guys here, which I think will look very nice on this side because that's where I have my tomatoes, so I think it'll look cool coming, on the veggie side here. So oh, the seeds are different colors, that's good. I'm getting everything super dirty with these gloves. I'm gonna take these gloves out of here. So the green ones would be the black beans, and the red ones would be the red beans. So let's just put some more in there. Maybe I'll try to alternate them. I'm just going to do this real quick, And I wonder what happened if I actually put this inoculant in the soil. I don't know, but let me weed real quick here. There's lots of stuff growing where I want to plant the beans. So just quickly take all of this other stuff here. I'll leave the peas in here too, just in case there's a miracle and they pick back up. But I'm gonna put the beans together. I'll make some holes in here also. And you know what, actually on this one I might put a couple of each on each row and see which one will germinate. So the one of each color. See how that do. Oops. Oh, I guess it wanted to be separate, that one. Alright, put one each and then it's hard to pick them up from this thing. And I hope there's enough bacteria in there to actually develop the relationship with the bean and help us fixing the soil. Okay, so let's close this again. Very simple. I hope no one eats this and they will also actually germinate for us. I'm gonna water that really quickly again. And we're ready to go to the next one, which will be this green beans only, since I still have some seed for it. So I'm gonna put right here on this side. I think I'm only gonna do one side in here and I'll leave this side open in case I think of putting something else in there, but I'll just do one side of here now. And I still haven't put any jute in here or anything for the beans to climb on, so I have to remember to do that so it looks just like the ones that we planted. That way all the beans that I plant on this side will also have something to grab on in order to climb. So I'm gonna use all the rest of this seed pack. You know, since the peas didn't work out, I'm overseeding everything with the hope that we can get at least a few. But here we go for the rest of this. I'm gonna use this little shovel over here for these to make the holes. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna do a trench. I will plant make a little space here, like that. And then I'm gonna add the beans fairly close together. Maybe an inch apart. And I'm not really planning to tin them because something will probably eat them before I have the chance to tin. So there we go. And I'll close this up. I can't wait for these guys to grow. I really hope that this time I have better luck than I had with the peas, because I love to have this trellis, you know, full of something for the summer. So hopefully this will work out. I thought of doing squash too. I might even do a squash on that side. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. Look at that. This little bee on the borage. And there's a bunch more. The bees love the borage. It's a great pollinator plant. So there's another one here, another one there. They love it. All right, going back to this. Let me water these guys up real quick. And we'll move on to the corn right behind me over there. And I have 12 corn seeds in here. They're actually very special corn seeds. This is white Lenape corn from the indigenous people that used to live here in this territory. So I'm going to plant them back in here. So I'm going to direct seed them. I have only 12, but I don't want to plant any other different corn seeds because corn can cross-pollinate in the first season. So I haven't actually added any compost to this, even though this is on top of my compost pile. This is just some soil that someone gave to me, and I'm going to plant the corn directly here. I hope that there's enough nutrients from below that they will thrive. So I'm just gonna try to plant them evenly. It's not super even in here, I guess. Actually it's a mound, but I'll try to just do 6 and 6. This can be planted about an inch deep. Not perfectly spaced in here, but how much is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna do it like that, and then kind of the same in the back. 1, 2, 3. Okay, perfect. I'm going to then kind of bury them with a shovel and hope that the birds don't eat them so we can get some corn seedlings sprouting from here soon. Even though this is on top of the compost, I would like to top dress with some more compost if I can get some more. But for now, we're just gonna leave it like this. It's good also to add some good, bacteria in here as well and help with the composting process below, but I think this should be good. Let's water the potato too and see how much potatoes you can get from that plant at the end of the season. And before I finish this video, I want to show you guys something real quick. This is the space that we're also going to be taking care of this year, and that I am going to plant the zinnia seeds that I started in the last video, and my friend Aubrey is going to be helping me out caring for that space as well. So I already weeded all of this part in here, and I left the weeds in there to go back to the soil and kind of help feeding the soil. And we put some landscape fabric in the middle to try to smother the weeds a little bit, and we still have to weed all the other beds. So we're still working on the health of the soil here. We're going to try to get more compost from the city to also add to this soil and try to make it healthy, because it didn't really have anything growing for the past 4 years that I've been here. So it needs a bit of care, but I'm very excited to see lots of beautiful colorful zinnias growing all over there and adding some nice color, interest and beauty, and obviously also attracting lots of pollinators to our garden. And let me show you guys real quick the progress of the stuff we just planted last week, and look how nice everything looks. So we had lots of rain, and I think they already grew a little bit. So this is the eggplant, looking very nice. I have the tomatoes in here. Those guys, I really think they put out some growth. This guy looks a lot taller. And then I have more tomatoes in there, and the peppers in the back are looking really good as well. So here are the flowers, the stock where I actually kind of started the video with, because they're so pretty. I just wanted to sit next to them. They smell amazing. I don't even want to harvest them. I'm seeing some bees kind of coming around too, so I'm leaving them here just to add beauty to the plot too. And here are the peppers. They're coming along nice. You guys can take a little bit closer look than me pointing back from there. But they're doing okay. Some of them are setting some buds. I'm going to pinch them all out because I wanted to concentrate and making root and getting strong before it sets fruit. So I'm gonna pinch all these little flower buds out of here, and it's gonna be okay. It's going to set some more. I think there's another one here. Just pinch it out. And I only see some more on that plant right over there. And that will be it for today. I'm so glad that everything is coming along nicely. We had tons of rain. The garden's looking beautiful, nice and healthy. I'm still deciding if I'm gonna plant some cucumbers in here and some summer squash on the right side of the plot. I might allocate everything to flowers because I usually have a problem with vine borers in here and cucumber beetles. So I'm still on the fence. I have a couple weeks to really decide what I'm going to do. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about anything, please let me know in the comment section down below. If you haven't watched the video where I planted all these tomatoes and peppers, I'm going to link it right here so you can watch next. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time.